Thanks for joining us for a special edition Cup of Kudos Enlightened Perspective. Are you ready for a year of reaching your goals? This is the episode for you.
Hi, Kudos crew. How are you? Welcome back to Enlightened Perspectives Mondays. My name is Sonyita and I'm from Total Life Prosperity. Dwayne says hello to everyone and welcome back. If you are just joining in or this is your first week with us, we have some exciting information and we promise to take some time to catch you up and bring you into the loop. If you've been journeying with us for the last few weeks, thanks for following up and following through. We want to do a quick check-in with you. As you know, we started out our discussions talking about your personal definition for success. Why is that important? Well, you have to know where you're trying to go or what you're trying to do in order to understand what needs to happen or what other resources might need to come into play to get you there. So your personal definition for success is a living definition. What do I mean by that? I mean that it's something that will constantly be changing, moving, and adapting to who you are, where you are at in life, what sort of resources and things that you have available, and the research and knowledge that you introduce into your existence. So yes, it will be a living definition. It's important for you to have your personal definition of success somewhere where you can see it, somewhere you can refer to it often, and somewhere that it's going to remind you of where you are trying to get to. It also will be handy as you work through the 4 steps to effective goal setting process. How do they link together? What's happening that ties them or brings them into the same sphere? Good question. Glad you asked me. So if you remember, the 4 steps to effective goal setting are as simple as A, B, C, and D. So far, we've been able to discuss A and B. Today, we're going to introduce and talk about C. Let's take a quick moment and review to make sure that our entire Kudos family is going to be on the same page and we'll be able to move forward together. First, we talked about step A. What is A? A was admit or acknowledge that there is a problem. In other words, you needed to identify something that would have to change, something that you needed to change in order to help you get closer to your personal definition for success, something that could have been an obstacle, a barrier, or a hindrance, or something that you just were plain old-fashioned dissatisfied with. So that was step A. Admit or acknowledge that there is a problem. You identified the problem. Then we took the problem from step A and moved forward to step B. What is step B? Step B is believe that there is a way out or believe that there is a solution or a way to fix or deal with the problem that you identified in step A, then B. Now, while you were taking a look at things in step B, doing research, checking out resources, and overall just taking a nice in-depth look at what you identified in step A, you needed to take a moment out and do a brainstorm or a mind map. And in that brainstorm and mind map, we needed you to write down all of the possible solutions that could take care of the problem that you identified in step A. Why is that important? Because you're going to need to refer to that in case, as you move further along, you need to take another one of those possible solutions and bring it into play, but also to remind yourself that you have one problem and several solutions. There is always more than one way to handle an issue. We don't want you to feel cornered. We don't want you to feel like you're so under pressure that there's only one possible choice. Remind yourself that whenever you have a problem, an issue, or you've come into contact with a barrier or obstacle, something that's trying to hinder you from moving forward, there are several ways to deal with it. As you take that mind map or that brainstorm and get ready to move forward to see, you're going to choose just one solution. So hopefully when you took a look and you took the time out to do that brainstorm and you wrote everything out and you're actually sitting down looking at it, you have anywhere from 2 items to 50 or possibly more. All we're going to ask you to do to be able to move forward is to choose just one. Yes, I know that you might have come up with some really great ideas. There might be some awesome resources in there, and that's why it's important for you to not throw it away. Don't get rid of it. Don't throw it away. Keep that brainstorm because it's possible for us to refer to it later and it can still be of assistance to us. All right? So that brings us to what we're going to be talking about or what we need to discuss today, and that is C. Before we jump in and start our conversation about C, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. If you have not already gone by the Cup of Kudos page on Facebook, stop by the Cup of Kudos page on Facebook, click like. While you're there, take a moment, peruse all the offerings that are available on the page. There are many different video vloggers that are part of the Kudos family. I want you to take some time out, look, enjoy what they bring to the table. Topics range from education to gardening to healthy living. There's even some other things posted for your enjoyment. Positive living quotes, helpful hints, tips, and facts. So many different things that we don't have time to talk about all of them, but I do believe that you will find them useful. So while you're on the Cup of Kudos Facebook page, if you find anything that you like, go ahead and hit that little like button, thumbs up for me, right? If you find something that you have a question, a comment, or a suggestion about, go ahead, take a moment, type it in. If you really like what you see and what's being said and shared on the page, feel free to go ahead and share it. You can also share in other forums or other places. The only thing that I'm going to ask you do for me is that when you share, just give credit to the Cup of Kudos. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate that. And so does the rest of our Kudos family. So listen, let's get back to talking about C. So after we admit or acknowledge that there is a problem, there's something that we need to change or deal with, or something that's trying to stop us from moving forward, we then go to step B, believe that there is a way out. So we have identified some things that will help us or provide solutions to the problem that we identified in step A. Now we are at step C. Step C is commit to a plan of action. Now, here's where B and C work together. In B, you took that brainstorm, wrote all of those possibilities out, and then you took some time to begin researching them. In C, you're going to take that list, select one of those possible ways out, and you're going to commit to working on it and following it through. What do I mean? I mean that you're going to take that one possibility and walk it out to see if it actually is the solution to the problem that you identified in step A. Let's talk about how that might actually work in person. So when you're sitting down and looking at it, you're saying, hey, maybe I want to lose some weight. Fine, no problem. It's the beginning of the year. Many people are having conversations about fitness, having conversations about life changes and different things that need to happen. Weight loss is one of those things that could possibly come up. If it's not, don't worry about it, and please don't put it on your list, all right? So if you're saying I want to lose weight and you needed to identify a problem in step A, what was my problem? Well, my problem would be there are some favorite clothes that I have that I can no longer fit into. How do I know there's a way out? What is my way out? My way out is to take a look at my fitness regimen or exercise, take a look at, my weight and what's stopping me from fitting into those clothes. Take a look at what I eat. You see how there's so many different things that could come from that basic conversation. Well, when I get to C, I have to say, okay, I identified that I couldn't fit into my clothes, so the problem was my weight. Now that I'm looking at all the possible ways to deal with my weight, I have to choose one. Let's say that I choose to move forward and to begin ramping up my exercise. C, I'm going to commit to a plan of action. C, first of all, from B, I've taken a possible solution and I've moved forward to step C. C requires me to sit down, really begin to concentrate, think about it, and fully write out the plan that's going to help me achieve my success. What do I mean by that? I mean that I'm not done with step C just because I identify that I want to exercise or that I can exercise more. That's not the end of it. That's not how this works. But what I did do is identify where I'm going to start. That is super important. Do not be ashamed of small beginnings. Do not distress at reaching for the low-hanging fruit. You have to start somewhere. All right, you have to be able to move forward somehow, and every day is a new opportunity for you to be able to progress, right, or to move forward. So yes, identify that I wanted to exercise more, and I'm going to use the impact that exercise and physical activity have on my weight to get to my eventual goal. So when I look at C, or commit to a plan of action, I need to actually create a goal. And when I create that goal, I need to use the SMART goal regimen. What is the SMART goal regimen, right? SMART. I need it to be specific. I can't just say that I'm going to exercise. I need to know what kind of exercise I'm going to do. When am I going to do it? How long? And for what the length of time is that I'm going to try to implement this change in my life, right? So it needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable, right? So I can't say, I just want to go exercise every day. That's not going to be good enough. I need to say that I want to exercise 3 out of 5 days a week for at least 30 minutes. And then I need to go a step further and identify what type of exercise I might like to do. It needs to be, so that's specific, that's measurable, right? Now we have to start talking about attainable. It needs to be something that I can do. So if I don't have a gym membership, I don't want to say that I have to get a gym membership in order to meet my exercise goals. Maybe I want to go on YouTube and check out videos. Maybe I want to call someone and ask them to be my workout partner, or maybe there are some things that I can just do. Even looking at Facebook, there are some things I can just do right at home in my living room if I decided to. So it needs to be attainable. It needs to be realistic. I don't want you to believe that you're going to go to work out and start lifting 400 pounds right now today. No, but you could possibly start, depending on what your doctor's instructions are, lifting 5 pounds. That sounds like it could be realistic. And you can move up from there, or you can decide how much weight is really good for you in whatever condition you're currently in. But you see where we're going with that? It also needs to be time limited. Don't say that I'm going to start exercising and do it for the rest of the year when it's something that I've not done yet. I need to say, I'm going to try this out for the next 30 days and see how many times I meet my goal. See how that works? That's time limited. So not only was I able to choose or select something that I was going to do, but I was able to sit down to create a plan of action that I now can follow through on to get me to where I was trying to go. Yes, this is a necessary portion, or something that is essential to us that we have to do in order to move forward. I know what you're saying. This is the part where things can stall. This is the part where you can say, well, I don't know, I'm not sure, or you might give up. That's all in your past, because Dwayne and I believe that you are going to make it. Yes, you are capable. Yes, you are able. And yes, this time is different. You can do this. We believe in you. And I want to hear how you're coming along and how you're doing. So go ahead. If you're watching this video later on, feel free to come back and comment, share with us any information, ask us any questions, put down any details, because we want to know how it's coming for you. All right? We want to be a part of your journey. So then, after you've taken the time to actually create that plan, you've got to follow through. And like Nike says, just do it. Commit to a plan of action. Dwayne and I tell ourselves all the time, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So now that you have a plan of action, you've got to dive in there and do it. There's another way that could be said. Now, my father is an old military man. Yes, he is. And he used to tell us all the time that there are P's, the 5 P's to help you get by, right? He used to say proper prior planning prevents poor performance. All right? So, yes, and there are some other words that go in there, and I'm taking those out. So you've probably heard that before. And it's a good reminder that we need to take time out, look at our situation, plan the ways to get out of our situation, and really have a great idea of how we're going to move forward in order to reach our definition of success. All right, so listen, I know we've held you for a little while today. Hopefully, you've been able to grab something out of this video that will assist you or that you can apply and start moving forward on your journey. Don't forget, we're here with Enlightened Perspective Mondays every Monday night at 7 p.m. right here on the Cup of Kudos page. Yes, your questions, comments, suggestions, or any ideas that you have are all welcome. Feel free to place them in the comment section or even to send us a message, and we'll go ahead and respond as soon as possible. All right? Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday. Remember, keep working at it. Just keep this in mind. You can do it. You will do it. This will happen. This time, you have the winning formula. Have a great day, Kudos family, and we'll see you soon. Bye.